Hi everyone, Renee here with Jade Penguin Jewelry. Today in our upcycling video, we're gonna take some chipstone beads from a chip necklace and this broken earring, and we're gonna make these earrings here, which I've threaded a gold chain through to give it a little bit of an accent on just kind of a simple chip earring. So this earring I got out of that last 4-pound box of earrings, of single earrings. And as you can see, some of the thread is broken, some chains are already missing. So I've repurposed this frame before for a project that I did years ago. And so I'll be reusing this frame once I cut all the thread off. But today we're just going to use a couple bits of the chain here at the bottom. And we're going to use some chip beads. Now, sometimes in boxes or jewelry jars or craft lots, you'll get a chipstone necklace kind of like this. So this one has a lot of different type of stones on it. It looks like it's mostly jaspers with a few agates mixed in. So what I have is some chip beads that have already been separated. I have these cat's eye chip beads here that I got from Fire Mountain Gym. And there's a lot of like really nice pastels that have that cat eye look to them. This chip here is what I used for the demo earrings. Let me get back that in frame for you. So these are, I think, Magnestine and Nevada Turquoise is what I have it as. And then I have fluorite chips here. This I also got from Fire Mountain Gems. Then I have leopard jasper here. And I have a different strand of beads like the one I showed you here that's mostly the dark green jaspers and agates. And I have head pins that are gold and silver. And if we wanted to hang a charm off the end of the earring here, I got some eye pins. So I think I'm going to use my silver head pins. Sorry about that. Thought my phone was off. Okay. So I'm going to use these head pins. These ones are really soft. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I don't remember where I got them either. So I'm going to use the leopard jasper. Leopard jasper. And I'm going to take a chain or two off. Just going to open the jump ring and let it fall. If I can find the opening. Here we go. Alright, so I have 2 bits of chain. A really big jump ring to put over there. So if you don't have the ball end head pins, you can use the flat-ended head pins, which is what I used on the Nevada Turquoise earrings. I'm just gonna find one. Some chip beads are really thin, so when you try to run anything through it, the bead might snap. Usually happens if it's like peridot chips, or peridot chips, however you want to call it. That one, those ones tend to be really fragile if you're stringing them on anything. So I'm just moving the chain up and around. So it kind of comes to an end. It could be loose. It's totally up to however you want to style it. There we go. So that turned out really well. If you have spacer beads or little beads from another broken necklace, you can easily do this as well. It doesn't have to be a chain. I was just testing out new things, and I like the way that the chain looked with the Nevada turquoise, because it kind of reminded me of like a gold vein in the mountains. We're gonna do that. And where the hole is drilled in this bead, I'll try to bring it up a little bit closer. Here we are. Where it's closer, it's on the thinner part of the bead instead of the thicker part in the back. That's usually where, if your chip bead is going to break, that's where it's going to break, is when it's on the thinner part versus the thicker part. But the good news is that with this design, we're not putting a lot of stress on the bead, so it probably won't break. But if it does break, it'll be uneven and you'll have to redo it. So now that okay, so my camera died as I was showing how to do this wrapped loop. So I'm gonna try, and hopefully the camera doesn't die. I'm gonna show again on this one. So we have a couple options that we can do. We can use the one-step looper tool and just finish it and be done. Or we can do a wrapped loop, and with that I'm going to use my round needle nose pliers. So what I'm going to do is grab it just above the last chip bead or the chain, and I'm going to grab it about there, and I'm going to bend it to 90 degrees. Just like this. So once I have this, I'm going to pivot my needle nose pliers like this. So now the 90-degree end is pointed directly at me. And then I'm going to bend it and wrap it all the way around like this. So now I have this half hoop. Now I have this little half hoop that's going on here. And I'm going to keep coming back with it until the wire's pointing back at me again. So there we go. So now we have our loop. Now we have to wrap it. So I'm going to do it in this flat part of my needle nose pliers. I'm going to hold the loop there. And then with my fingers, I'm going to wrap the end wire around. And if it gets too short, like it already is for me, you can grab a second pair of needle nose pliers and finish wrapping it around. That's interesting. Okay, there we go. So now I just got this little bit of a tail. It's going to be a little bit pokey. So I'm going to turn that off. And just kind of squish it down a little bit to right about there. So now we have the finished loop that's wrapped on our chip earrings. I'm just gonna put the rest of the Jaspers away. Put them right up there. So now we just have the ear wires to add. And just open them up. And close them just like that. So the advantage to doing the loop wrap like this is that when you do the one-step loop, like what's on the earrings, there's a possibility of that gap opening and you losing the connection or the gem or charm or anything that you have that's hanging on that eyelet. If you do the wrap, it's essentially tied down and then you only have whatever it's connected to. Instead of having two open spots, you can have the one and it's a little bit more secure. But this one definitely takes a little bit of practice to get your loop looking good. And so there we have the leopard jasper and the Nevada turquoise chipstone earrings. See if I can bring them a little bit closer without getting in the shadow for you guys. There we go. A little bit of a shadow. Bring it over there. There we go. So that was my project this week. I thought these looked really cool. I had recently sold a pair of 4th of July earrings that had the red, white, and blue chips in them with a little star at the end. So that is what got me thinking about making these earrings. And I have plenty of little chain bits to use off this earring before I take all the thread out. So there we go. That's our project this week. I hope to see you guys sooner, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.